I don't believe in breaks. Okay. I don't believe that you should actually start taking breaks in your work. So you know how when you watch these productivity YouTubers and you read these self-improvement books like Hyperfocus, I have Hyperfocus right there. And it's telling you, oh, you should take breaks. Make sure to take breaks in between your focus blocks, right? Or this propaganda of, oh yeah, it's fine if I do only 1 hour video games a day. I only just do it at the end of my day so I can unwind my brain and just be more relaxed, less stressed. I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe taking taking breaks will actually give you actual rest. At least hyperstimulating breaks. There are two kinds of breaks that I'm talking about. The first is what we call pleasure breaks, hyperstimulation breaks. And then the second break is the discipline break, this uncomfortable break. So let's say you're studying for a test, which is actually something that I did a while back before this video. And as you're studying for this test, you have to study for it for 2 hours, and it's separated into two 1 hour blocks and a break in the middle. What would you do for that break? Would you, as a break, after you feel kind of exhausted, like mentally exhausted after that break, or after the work that you did in the first hour, would you play video games for 15 minutes or meditate for 15 minutes? A lot of people, they would choose to play video games for 15 minutes, except that's not actually helpful. Like, it doesn't help your brain relax. Hyperstimulation breaks are hyperstimulating. A break should, when you put your brain through a brain scan during a break, your break should make it so that your brain just kind of turns off. Nothing is lighting up. When you play a video game or when you scroll through your phone, your entire brain lights up. Like the entire thing, if you put it through a brain scan. And that's really not that's not really considered a break. In fact, you doing video games is actually stressful. You have to like make sure you're paying full attention, and it just stresses you out. That's not an actual break. It's not going to help you study or memorize faster. And it's only like stressing you out. It's only draining your energy. You may not notice it, but it does drain you. Whilst when you do meditation, like I always, or most of the time, I meditate during my breaks. And 80% of the time that I actually do choose to meditate, I don't want to do it at all. Like I just don't want to meditate. And yet I force myself to do it anyways. And when I choose discipline as my rest break, when I choose to meditate, like everything, like all the overwhelming open loops, those thoughts, they just clear away and my mind is able to relax. And not only that, my mind is more primed to focus, to have laser sharp focus. Focus is very important for memorization. So if I do 1 hour block of memorizing and then I do this thing where I actually rest my brain and at the same time prime my mind to focus, well, the next time I do the 1 hour session, I'll learn even more. I'll absorb more facts into my brain. So I can spend less time studying because like who actually wants to study more? Like In my school, I'm like the straight A guy. Like everything, I just get straight A's. And even then, I hate studying. I don't like school. I just think it's quite redundant and just unnecessary. So, meditation will not only make you less stressed and it will make you more happy, it will also increase your performance in the next time. Or sometimes I'll even take a cold shower, like a painful cold shower, as my break between the study session. And genuinely, like, some people will disagree with me on that. Like, the breaks that I take are the exact opposite of the conventional definition of breaks, which is a break is kind of like you just stop doing anything for now, and then you just do like relaxing, pleasurable activities. My break is kind of the opposite, basically. I don't stop doing hard work. I continue to do hard work by doing cold shower or meditation, and it's not pleasurable. Like meditating, like in the moment of meditation, it's not pleasurable. It's only pleasurable after you've done the meditation. When you do the cold shower, it's painful, and it's only pleasurable after you do the cold shower. Except every single time, like guaranteed, no doubt in my mind, every single time that I've chosen to be disciplined, I've chosen to experience discomfort as my break activity, I have felt more motivated, more disciplined, more focused, and more rested and alive than ever, which are the exact opposite symptoms of burnout. People will tell a person like me that, oh, you should take breaks. You should do like 1 hour of video games or just scroll on your phone for just a little bit so you can allow your brain to rest. Or if you don't do that, you're gonna get burnout. You're gonna be less motivated, less disciplined. You're gonna be feeling less rested, less happy. Bro, every time I've chosen discipline, every time I've meditated as my break, which I don't want to do, I've gotten the exact opposite of those. I feel happier, I feel rested, I feel focused. I can be more productive. Whilst every single time that I've just scrolled on YouTube and just watched, I feel the exact symptoms of burnout as well. So, doing the activity that people say will cure you of burnout is the thing that gives you symptoms of burnout, because when you do the scrolling, you just feel less motivated. You feel less motivated, especially and less focused, especially if you scroll to shorts, because that severely limits your life's attention span. The pleasurable thing is what gives me symptoms of burnout, whilst the disciplined thing, the uncomfortable discomfort that I don't want to do, but I force myself to do it anyways, that's what gives me energy. That's what gives me focus. That's what gives me happiness, motivation, discipline. The exact opposite of the burnout symptoms that people are warning me against. Every time I take a break from work, I always meditate, I always journal, I always go to the gym and weight lift, or I do calisthenics. I always like try to record a video like this. My breaks, a lot of people wouldn't even consider breaks, and yet they make me feel energized. Like they make me feel like more motivated, and they don't feel mentally taxing at all. They don't give me any symptoms of burnout. In fact, they make me feel alive and energized. Pleasure and hyperstimulation is not the rest. Discipline is the rest. When you are disciplined, when you choose to be disciplined as your break, when you choose an uncomfortable activity like going for a run outside for 20 minutes as a break from the mental work of studying, you just feel so alive. Like discipline, choosing discipline is the recovery. You feel more energized from running outside more than you've actually scrolling for 3 hours. Like running max speed for 20 minutes straight will make you feel more energy and more liveliness towards life more than 3 hours of scrolling on bed, bro. If you're scrolling lying to the side for 3 hours, you're gonna feel lethargic and tired. So stop coping, stop making excuses, and instead of scrolling through your phone or eating food as your break in between your work tasks, just don't have breaks at all. Like, don't have breaks. Technically, you can have a break by having, for example, exercise as a break or a cold shower as your break. Sometimes I do that. I have a 1 hour block of work, 15 minutes cold shower, and then another 1 hour block. As long as your break activity in between your work task is like something that is very uncomfortable or very painful that you don't want to do and you want to avoid, as long as it's something that you don't want to do and you do it anyways, you will feel just so much better. And I can give you some recommendations: cold shower, meditation, gratitude journaling, visualization, run, calisthenics or weightlifting. What else? Yoga nidra. I don't usually use yoga nidra. Or just having a conversation with your friends and family. Remember, discipline is the recovery. Discipline is the rest. Discipline is the break. So, if you want to recover your energy and recover your motivation and your happiness, always just be disciplined. Don't just stop being disciplined for the sake of a break. Let the break be disciplined, and it will feel like a break to you. See you.